in our current facility, we do not have a conference room. So this allows us to have our meetings. It has the technology in it that we lacked in our other facility as well. These windows are like the windows throughout the building, have ballistic film on them, so they are blast resistant. And so it's a safety aspect that we have to, unfortunately, take into consideration this day and age. And so we've tried to create a professional facility that is also practical. It provides the safety and all the tools and everything that we need to effectively operate. This is our command staff hallway here. We're all close to each other. The decision makers, basically, that'll all be right here, right next to the conference room. The office manager is also accessible to us. Our current location, we don't have a gun cleaning room. We have a drawer and a desk that keeps our cleaning supplies, and we clean them in one of the sheriff's offices. And it's very crowded, and it's just not very safe. You can see we have a clearing barrel or a bullet trap. So you clear your weapon by putting the muzzle of your firearm down in that. We have some armorers on staff that can do the maintenance and upkeep. If something breaks, they can fix them. And we have guys that are certified to do that, and this is going to give them a room to work. This is the evidence processing room. We have the exhaust fans to take away any fumes or anything that we would have during the processing of recovered items. But these lockers are set up so that when you package it, you get it all done, and you put your custody sheet with the property. You put it in here, push the button, like secured, and then it is all accessed from inside the property room. Well, these are the shelves. Here, as you can see, we have the rolling shelves that allow us to get the best use out of the space that we have available. Freezer on the end. There are some items that of evidence that have to be maintained in a freezer. Here we have 4 interview rooms. Here, these are regular interview rooms. When you walk into the room, the motion activates the camera. The camera will automatically start recording just based off the motion in the room. We'll have the 3 rooms. Right now, the tables are not in here. The tables we got were too big, so we've got them correcting that for us. And then this is what is called a soft interview room. This interview room, as you can see, based on the name, you can tell it's soft. It has this regular furniture. This is where we'll interview victims or children, things like that, when it needs to be in a softer environment. It's also the same situation. It's still audio and video recorded, and it's all motion activated. All the video can be seen here. We have video throughout the building. We have video at all of our entrances in the lobby and on the exterior of our building. That will all be able to be maintained and viewed here. We make copies of what we need. So it's a security aspect as well as an investigations aspect of using the video from the interview rooms. And this is the control room for all of that. And then we also have blinds on these windows that can roll down. We have to do those things so that when we have certain operations going on, we don't want anybody to come up, look through the window, and see what we've got. This is our training room. Currently, the county attorney's office does not have a training room. Juvenile services doesn't have a training room. The training room at the sheriff's office is in the basement in the jail, right across the hall from the kitchen. And it's pretty small, and it's a basement, and it has pillars in the middle of it. So there's a lot of different types of training we can't do effectively down there, defensive tactics and things like that. We host training lots of times, and we like to host training because we get our people that high level of training, and it's cheaper for us if we host it. Well, we either have to secure a facility. Sometimes we have to pay rent for a facility so that we can
Right
host
here,
it.
this is where all our trial assistants will be, our receptionist. And the nice thing is they're going to have a space where they have individual offices, but they're next to each other. They're just across the natural hallway we have here from the attorneys. And because of their proximity to each other and to the attorneys, and yet the space that we have, they're going to be able to do their job a lot more efficiently. Lines of communication will be a lot easier, and they'll have actual space to spread out the materials they're working on and work. And I think that's going to be one of the biggest benefits to the new space, is that we finally have a layout and space to allow for an efficient use of our time and our resources. And also our legal interns will have a home where they can work, and that'll help with their efficiency, and that they know this is the place I got to be. I'm not bouncing from one office to another, or from the conference room to the lobby to there. And it'll just be good to have space for people to actually work in, and then work on the major projects we've had. And we tried to set up the layout and maximize the space to focus on what we primarily do and want to be best at, which is major trial work, preparing for jury trials and hearings and things like that. And so we tried to make sure that we maximize the layout and the space usage for that purpose. And then we've got a file room that will also help with all this. We were able to make the room smaller. We just do it on one side, so we're able just to turn the files, and once this side fills up, we can turn, and we've got a whole other side to do it. And we wanted to be able to keep this space manageable, but not eat up a lot of our floor space for just files. And the way that the court system is moving, and most law offices are moving, is at some point over the next several years, we'll be using less and less paper. And so we tried to take that into account when we planned for the usage of this space. And we've got a nice sized conference room now where we can all fit and we can have folks in. And so that's been a big benefit as well.
They're very pleased with that. It was a $2.4 million project. Had we built new, it would have been somewhere between 24 and 30 million. So this is, it was a bargain when you look at it. 2.4 million is a lot of money, but for what we got out of it, the Lloyd builders and all the subcontractors, everybody, they did a great job.